All right, hello everybody. Welcome to another live stream here on WooEnglish. As always, my name is Hamza, and I will be your host again on another live stream. And today we are going to cover a topic that you guys have chosen through our poll, and the topic simply is Trump's new immigration policy. So we have seen that a lot of people have voted for us to talk or to discuss that topic today in our live stream. And that's exactly what we are going to do through a listening activity, as we always do. So, basically, for people who are just joining, today we are going to do a listening activity. We are going to listen to one chapter from one of our videos. And through that video, we are going to try and learn some English, learn some vocabulary, and at the same time, discuss the content, discuss the immigration policies that are changing in the United States. So, without further ado, I want to start with this little quiz just to see how much do you guys know about immigration policies in the United States. I know that a lot of people, like I know that we have an international audience. A lot of you maybe are thinking about going to the United States, applying for a visa, applying for a green card, but you need to know what are the changes that happened after Trump being voted the president or the current president of the United States. A lot of changes are taking place. I think you guys have watched the news. You have seen how people are being deported, taken away from the United States because of their illegal status. So we want to know exactly today what's going on. So without further ado, let's start. So, what do you know about immigration policies in the United States? Let me see who is here with us today. It's not good. I see Sasao. Hello there. Hello for you too. I hope you are doing great and let us know where you are joining us from. Sasao Imshao, I think. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. Tijen says it is not good. So, and I think a lot of people share the same opinion as you, which is that the new policies are not going to make a lot of people happy. It seems. So give me 1 second just to switch this. Let me just adjust my internet real quick. All right, I can see that Sasao is joining us from Ethiopia. So welcome. I think this is the first time someone joins from Ethiopia. So as you guys are thinking about what you already know, of course, I'm going to give you some little quizzes that will help you know or help you just like refresh your minds about what's going on in the United States. What were the laws before Donald Trump? So why is there this big fuss today in the United States about the new immigration policy? So if you know anything about the old or the new immigration policies, what changed, what was the case before, please let us know in the chat. Share with us. Let's see what you guys already know. I see there are people joining from X, so welcome for the people in X. Though I've never seen any one of you guys like interacting with us. I would love just to see how that looks like, but unfortunately, I can't get to see that. I think people in X don't have the ability to write, it seems. Okay, so let's move to the first question. First question says, what is the most common or one common reason people immigrate to the United States? To avoid taxes, to escape wars, find jobs, and reunite with family, to start political parties, or to become celebrities. What do you guys think about these? What is one common reason why people come to the United States? So I'm going to change that little image that you can see on the top so that you can see the question fully. And I would love to ask you to kindly like this video. If you are new here, maybe consider subscribing. Woo English is a channel dedicated to learning English through stories. We think that stories are the best way to learn English because you are learning English, you are learning vocabulary, even grammar through context. So that's why we think that this is the best way you can learn English. We post one video every day. B. Shiraz is here. Welcome. Tijan says B. So let me share your answers on the screen. Shiraz is here. Welcome, Shiraz. And Sassal says B. And I completely agree with you. Of course, that's the most common reason. A lot of people go there to escape wars, like people from Iraq, for example, and immigration in general. Uh, uh, like one of the biggest reasons for immigration is war. To find jobs, of course, we know a lot of people think or believe that believe in what we call Nima is here. Hello, Nima. Welcome. Jalila is here. Great. Always happy to see you here, Jalila. Welcome. And Jalila, of course, answers correctly. There is what we call the American dream. I think a lot of you have heard about this word or this expression, the American dream. It's what do you guys know about the American dream? Maybe let me ask you first before I drop the answer. What do you guys already know about the American dream? This expression, the American dream. I think the American dream is no longer there. It's been in the past. Yes, it was there in the past, but I no longer think it's there. The American dream simply it's that belief that if you go to the United States, you will have an amazing life. You will be famous. You will have a lot of money. That's basically the American dream. But yeah, a lot of things changed, and a lot of people think the American dream is no more. There is no more American dream. It's just like a land of capitalism. Okay. So, yes. So, to avoid taxes, the United States is the last place you want to avoid taxes. If you avoid your taxes in the United States, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. To find jobs, of course, to reunite with family, especially immigrants. When they go there, they have the ability to bring their own family. And this is what they call like reuniting the family. But I'm not sure if things are, if this is going to change to start a political party. Of course, they have their own political parties, the Democratic Party, the Republican Party. They need no more parties. Or to become celebrities, and this is actually true, by the way. The is still true to some extent. A lot of people think or believe if you go to the United States, you can become famous. And there are a lot of, this is a known fact that there are a lot of homeless people around Hollywood. Why? Because those people had a dream once. Number two, before Trump's presidency, which policy allowed undocumented immigrants who came as children to stay in the United States temporarily? So basically, if you are a minor, a child under 18, and you came to the United States uh, illegally without any documents, which one of these allowed you to stay there in the United States? Green Card Program, Dream Act, DACA, which is like the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, or Border Protection Initiative. Again, I know a lot of you, this is American Dream never existed. Can you elaborate on that, Tijan? Can you elaborate on that? That's a very interesting statement, by the way. Very interesting statement. Yeah, so I was saying, I forgot my idea. It's gone. So I was saying I think that a lot of people come to the United States when they are like under 18 and they manage to stay there in the United States. So which program here? And of course there are a lot of programs. Yeah. What about homelessness? Uh well, I totally agree with you, but I think the United States it gives you a big opportunity. And I think, of course, like with time and with immigration and with a lot of reasons, like things changed, and we had a boost in the number of homeless people in the United States. But I agree with you. To some extent, I agree with you. The American dream, you can achieve a dream wherever you are. Okay, let's see. next question, or let me first type the answer. Right. So yeah, the answer is DACA. So this is a program dedicated to people who come to the United States before the age of 18, and it allows them to stay there. So you cannot send a teenager or a minor back to their country because you don't know their country, and they may be unprotected. That's basically the logic behind this. Because I know this because this exists also in Spain, which is adjacent to Morocco. I was saying, I know a lot of you don't know a lot about these programs, but this is just to see what you already know, because today we are going to have a listening activity. We are going to listen to what's going on in the United States and how things are changing there. And then we are going to have some varied activities based on the listening. Which of the following is a requirement for legal immigration to the United States? If you want to go legally documented to the United States, you need to have one of these requirements: speaking perfect English, owning a property in the United States, having a visa, refugee status, or family sponsorship, or passing a U.S. history test before arrival. Which one do you think? I think the answer is quite clear. Hey, Daniel, how are you? Welcome. How are you doing? Glad to see you here. I'm always like very happy to see you guys, and I'm always happy to see new people, and also to see my loyal viewers, people who are always here. Fine, great, perfect. Nema Sassi, Shira Sassi, Daniel Sassi, C, and you guys are of course correct. Yes, that's the right answer. So either you need to have a visa, of course, like they approved your arrival, refugee status, your country is in a war, and you needed like somewhere to go, or family sponsorship, meaning you have someone in the United States and you need to go there. What was one of the key concerns about immigration before Trump's policies? Of course, there were problems with immigration, like not to paint Donald Trump or his administration in like very, very bad colors. Uh, there were problems in before his arrival to office. So, what was one of the key concerns about immigration before Trump's policies? That immigrants would only take high-paying jobs, the balance between border security and human rights, that there are too many Americans were moving to other countries, or that immigration could cause a shortage of workers. What do you guys think? See, Tijan, Jalila, this I think for the previous question. So, what do you think was one key concern about immigration before Trump's policies? And yeah, I've seen a lot of articles, and a lot of people are talking about this. Like a lot of people are very concerned, and I've even seen videos that people have already started being deported, taken away to their home countries. It's crazy. But at the same time, sometimes you don't know. Maybe you cannot blame them. B, Shiraz says B. I see a lot of hesitation on this question. D for Sasao. Of course, I think you would have seen them. Like if you watch their election campaigns, the Republicans, which is the party to which Donald Trump belongs, they were focusing a lot on immigration because a lot of Americans are, I'm not gonna say fed up with immigration, but they are concerned about immigration. I'm not sure. It's okay. It's okay. You're not sure. It's okay. This is a quiz. A quiz you're not supposed to know. I'm just like seeing if you could guess things right. That's basically it. Let's check the answer. It's B, actually. You were correct, Shiraz. So the balance between border security and human rights. You don't want to abuse people. You don't want to like be very or you don't want to violate any human right, like the program that we have already seen. If you send a minor back to their country, that's a violation of human rights. And then you need security because maybe there are criminals who can cross the border, so you never know. So you need the balance between these two. Which I think this is the last. Oops, I've already shown the answer. Okay, what is one major challenge of undocumented immigrants in the United States? They face the risk of deportation and legal uncertainty. They have no way to attend school. They cannot buy food, or they can never learn English. The last one, of course, we can fix it here at WooEnglish. You can come here and we can teach you English, even if you are illegal. Shiraz is happy that she got the answer A. T. Jen says A. Wonderful. A. Jalila as well says A. Daniel says A. Okay, so you guys all agree on A, or you have seen me when I reveal the answer. They face the risk, of course, of deportation. And I think number two is also correct because if you have an illegal status, you cannot go to school. And even if you work, you are working for less than someone who is documented because you cannot complain. You need something to survive off. Okay, great. Let's learn some vocabulary before I give you the text that we are going to listen to. Let's learn some vocabulary that you are going to hear during the listening. The words are deportation, activist, policy, border, reform. These are the four words or the five words that I want to teach you before we go. And how are we going to learn them? Through this exercise where you need to match them with their definition. So let's see how you guys are going to do. You can simply write for me one letter and one number. Vera, wonderful job. Let me enlarge this. Okay, so let's see your answers, guys. I can see some of them. Okay, great. Shiraz says one is C. Perfect. Vera says one is C, the same answer as Shiraz. Shiraz says two is A. Jalila says four is E. A perfect job. Three is B, says Shiraz. All right. I think you got them all correct. Number five, I think we have five and D, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, let's check. So indeed, one is C. So deportation. Deportation is the forced removal of someone from a country. When you are deported, you are not given a choice. You are forcefully taken away from that country if you have an illegal status, if you don't have documents. Number two, an activist is someone who campaigns, someone who fights for political or social rights or social change. For example, there are people who are fighting activists for animal rights. There are people who are fighting for human rights, for women rights, etc. For environment, for pollution, etc., etc. Okay, policy. Policy is B, a set of rules and guidelines created by a government, especially when they change. For example, the United States had some policies, some immigration policies before, and then they changed when Donald Trump came. So those are policies. Policies basically are rules or laws that we have in a certain country. Border is basically the border, the line, the official dividing line between two countries. And finally, a reform. And please pay attention to the pronunciation. We don't say a reform, we say a reform, right? Reform. Form is like more stressed. Reform. So a reform is basically a change or improvement in a system or law. Reform changed. Donald Trump right now is making a reform in the laws of immigration. Let's see if you guys understood correct well by filling up these sentences with the right word. Let's see. So, sentence number one: the US government announced new that would affect thousands of immigrants. Which word here goes to that gap? Many people protested against mass, fearing families would be separated. The country's immigration changed multiple times over the year, and N stood outside City Hall holding a sign demanding fair treatment for immigrants, and officers at D checked passports and visas to ensure legal entry to the country. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Reform, says Jalila, number one. Jalila says number one is reform. You are correct, Jalila. That's reform in number one. Perfect. Reform, says Shiraz as well. Deportation for number two. So reform, Jalila says reform now, number one. Reform, deportation. Mhm. Policy. All right, let's check number two. I'm just waiting, given like the others, some, yes, deportation. So many people protested against mass deportation. Mass deportation is when you deport a large number, not just one or two immigrants. You are deporting a lot of people. Mass deportation. Same thing, we say mass shooting. So it's when a lot of people are like killed by someone. Fearing families would be separated. The country's immigration policies or policy changed multiple times over the years. Let's see. An activist, I think Shiraz is doing an amazing job today. An activist stood outside the city hall. And finally, of course, we are left with the border. Great. So now for the fun part, the listening part. Let's go to the listening. And let me just very quickly. Give me 1 second just to go to the right point. All right, 111. All right, so let's go. This is the listening that we're going to do today. Of course, as always, I have for you three rules for the Jalila. I have for you three rules. Rule number one, listen carefully. I'm going to ask you questions later. Number two, if you don't understand something, please do ask about it, because at the end, so ask about it. Because again, at the end, I'm going to ask you questions, and of course, I can pause the video, explain to you the word that you are asking about, and then we can move on very simply. And of course, like this video at the end. Don't forget, you can like the video right now. You can just scroll down a little bit, click the like button, and you are done. So the chapter is called A New Chapter or A New Dawn. Dawn is like when the sun is rising for immigration. Okay. This is the chapter we are going to listen to. And let me just remind you that I'm going to ask you some questions at the end, so please listen carefully. So let's go.
A New Dawn for Immigration. The year is 2025. America is changing. The air feels different. Streets are filled with conversations, some hopeful, some filled with fear. President Trump is back in the White House, and with him, new immigration policies that promise to shake the country. People watch the news closely. Headlines flash across screens. Major immigration reforms announced. The nation holds its breath. Some believe these changes will make America stronger. Others worry they will divide families and communities. The president speaks with confidence. His voice echoes through crowded living rooms and small coffee shops. We are bringing back law and order, he says. Supporters cheer. They believe in him. They say it's time to take control of the border, to protect jobs, to secure the future. But others are afraid. They whisper in homes and schools, their voices shaking. What will happen to their families, their friends? For many, America is home. But now, they are unsure if they belong. Across the country, the mood is tense. In New York, a group of activists gathers outside City Hall. They hold signs, their faces determined. We are all Americans, one sign reads, but across the street, another group stands firm. Secure our borders now, they chant.
Exactly. And this, again, what we talked about, I think, last time when we talked about Ukraine. Uh, People will never have the same opinion. There are people who are against these reforms, and there are people who are simply saying that this is the best thing that could ever happen in the United States. So you see how things are going.
Two sides, one nation, divided. In Texas, the border towns are buzzing. New policies mean stricter checks, more patrols, and tougher rules. Officers prepare for long hours. Families wonder if they should stay or leave. Maria, a mother of 3, looks out her window. Her children laugh, playing with their toys. She sighs, holding their birth certificates tightly. Will they still be American tomorrow? Meanwhile, in Washington, D.C., lawmakers argue. Some support the president's bold decisions. Others push back. Debates fill the halls of Congress. Words like security, opportunity, and freedom are spoken again and again. But what do they really mean? The changes are happening fast. The birthright citizenship policy is under review. Mass deportation.
This birthright citizenship is basically if you are born in the United States, even if your parents are immigrants, you get the US citizenship. And it is under review also. So a lot of things are going to change, basically.
Birthright citizenship policy is under review. Mass deportations are being planned. The Remain in Mexico policy is coming back. The government says it will stop illegal crossings. But what will it do to the people already here?
Exactly. So even if people, it's very clear for people who are who are planning to come to the United States that it will be very difficult or more difficult than before. But for the people who are already there, especially illegally, yeah, they don't know.
Late at night, in a small California town, Carlos sits at his kitchen table. He came to the U.S. as a teenager. He has worked hard, paid taxes, and built a life. Now he stares at his phone, waiting for news. Will I have to leave? He wonders. In Florida, business owners worry. Many workers are immigrants. They pick fruit, build houses, and clean hotels. Without them, businesses might struggle. Jack, a farm owner, shakes his head. Who will do the work? He asks no one in particular. On social media, arguments explode. Some posts support the changes, others call them unfair. Photos of families at the border flood timelines. Some show children crying. Others show law enforcement standing guard. The comments are full of strong opinions. Yet, in the midst of all this,
In the midst is another way to say in the middle. In the midst means in the middle.
life goes on. Children go to school. Parents go to work. People laugh, cry, and hope for the best. But deep inside, everyone knows things will never be the same again. As the sun sets over Washington, D.C., the White House stands tall, a symbol of power, of leadership, and of change. Some say the new policies will save America. Others say they will tear it apart. The future is uncertain. People are waiting, watching, wondering. What will happen next?
All right. Great. So that was it for chapter 1. It was a very short, like 5 minutes answer or 5 minutes listening activity. So let me just change something. And I'm going to now share with you some questions. And I hope you will be able to answer them. Let me just change one question very quick. All right. Let's go. The first question, of course, will be true or false. So let's check true or false. I'm going to, of course, give you statements. And you tell me if they are true or false. Oopsie. All right. Number 1. President Trump's new policies. Wait a second. All right. Trump's president were welcomed by all Americans. Trump new policies were welcomed by all Americans. From the text, of course. From the text. I know real life is. We can answer this from our heads, but what about from the text? False. F. Shiraz. Okay, wonderful. By the way, so Shiraz, I know Shiraz is from Tunisia, Jalila from Morocco, of course. Tijan, what about you? Where are you from? All right, shall we check? Yes, it is false. Some people are welcoming, and others are not. Some people believe these changes will make America stronger. Others worry they will divide families and communities. Number 2, Maria, this is one of the people that we heard about in the listening, is confident that her children will remain American citizens. This is what we called, as I said, Cyprus. Okay, welcome. Sorry, I didn't say Vera, says false for the previous one, and Sasau says also false. This is what we called birthright citizenship. Birthright citizenship. It's simply when you are born in the United States, North Cyprus. When you are born in the United States, you are officially an American, or you are automatically an American. False. So I see Shiraz is false. Tijan says false as well. Joining us from Northern Cyprus or Cyprus. I'm gonna wait for more of you guys to drop your answers because in the first one I was too fast. False, Jalila. Sasao says false. Okay. Vera says false as well. Okay. So you guys all agree that this is false and you are correct. Will they still be exactly? So this is very difficult, to be honest. So imagine someone, you went to another country, you had the baby, and normally that baby will be automatically part of that country. But with the new laws, uh, things are different. So you can see the confusion in the parents and the fear. Some business owners worry about the effect of immigration policies on their workforce. Workforce simply means people who work for you. T or F, true or false? True. Shiraz says this is true. Vera says this is true. So Shiraz says this is true. Vera says this is true. What about you, Vera? Where are you joining us from? Sasal from Ethiopia, Jalila, Morocco, Tijen, Cyprus, Shiraz, Tunisia. True, Tijen. Okay, yeah, you are correct. You are correct. So this is true. So many workers are immigrants. They pick fruits, build houses. This is again from the text that we listened to. Clean hotels. Without them, businesses might struggle. And a lot of Americans, a lot of them refuse to work these jobs. So immigrants come and they are okay with working them. Carlos, this is again another person we heard about today, is undocumented immigrant who has never contributed to society. The South is true. For the previous one, of course. So you guys were really paying attention in the listening activity. False, Shiraz. True, false. How is that correct, Jalila? True and false at the same time. Isn't that cheating? It's one of them. False. Okay. I take that now. Ah, okay, okay. Say hi to him. Say hi to him, Jalila. All right, let's check. Yes, he has worked hard, paid taxes, and built a life. And again, this is the dark side of this. A lot of people aren't hardworking. They are like very honest people, and they want to just work hard. And yeah, unfortunately, this is the problem. Immigration debates are only happening at the border. So immigration debates, and of course, please don't forget to like this video as you are watching. Kindly like this video. F false. So WooEnglish for people who are just joining us. Don't you see like 4 people or 5 people interacting in the chat, which I'm happy with, but I want more people. I can see 27 people like in the watching this video. So I would love to have more people interact with us in the chat. So I want to tell you about WooEnglish. If you are new to this channel, WooEnglish is a channel dedicated to learning English only through stories. So we mix stories and we mix also what's going on, actuality, like what we are talking about today. We are talking about immigration policies. This is not a story. This is something that is happening in real life. So we bring these videos to you. We try to inform you about what's going on in the world, and at the same time we want you to learn English through that. So basically that's how we do that. Okay, so a lot of you say this is false. So debates fill the hall. So the Congress, even the Congress, especially people from the Democratic Party, are absolutely against these policies. They don't agree with these policies. What is the major. So this is multiple question answers, and I hope they are clear for you guys on the screen. I hope they are. Otherwise, let me do this. Let me do this. Let me hide this one, and then let me do this. Let me take myself to the corner. I think I'm very cozy here in the corner so that you guys cannot hurt your eyes. What is one major concerns about Trump immigration policies? They may increase international trade. They could separate families and communities. They will make the US economy stronger overnight. They will encourage people to immigrate. B, all of you say this is B. All right, so let's check the answer. This is indeed B, yes. So, one major concern is that it can separate families. There are families where the parents are legal, that the like their brothers and sisters are not. So, it's a lot of chaos over there. And of course, there are even the people who have already built a life in the United States. They pay their taxes, they work very hard, they own a house probably, but now they need to go away from the United States and start their life anew. I've seen a video on YouTube or on social media where a person had lived in the United States for 20 years and now he is being deported, unfortunately. So yeah, imagine he needs to start life from zero, from scratch, from like square one. What change is happening to birthright citizenship? It is being expanded to more immigrants. It is being removed for all future children. It is under review and maybe changed. It is staying the same. B. Shiraz says this is B. What about the others? What do you guys think? Birthright citizenship, as I said before, is when you become a citizen of the United States just because you were born in the United States. B, but I think they are still studying this reform. But the second part, Jalila, is C. It's more C. Your second part of the answer. The second part of your answer is more related to C than B. All right, let's check the answer then. Let's check. It is. It's not. It's not appearing. I don't know why. Come on. No. Okay, it is C actually. It hasn't been removed yet, but it is under study, under review. Why are immigrant officers preparing for long hours. More people are crossing the borders. Stricter checks are tougher rules are being enforced. Immigration laws are becoming more relaxed, or they need to train new officers. They are even like making the immigration officers work for longer hours. So they really mean business, as they say in English. To mean business is to be very serious about something. B, Jalila. Shiraz says also B. All right, let's check. It is B indeed. So because they mean business, they need to be very like they need to work hard. Finally, why does Jack, the farm owner, worry about immigration policies? He is afraid of being deported. He wants to apply for a visa to another country. He is an activist protesting against immigration laws. Or finally, he relies on immigrant workers for his business. A, B, C, or D. This will be the last one, and we are going to move to another question. D, Jalila says D. D, Vera, okay. Vera and Olia. Sorry, I don't read the full name always. There are two names there actually, Vera and Olia. I'm gonna reveal the answer quick. Sorry for that. Yes, it is D. You guys are correct. Because I want to move to that question. Is it clear for you? Let me. I think I need to move myself to the other side so that you can see all the sentences. All right. So in this exercise, I want you guys to correct for me the sentences in this exercise. In each sentence, there is one or more mistakes, and you guys need to correct them for me. For example, number one, the peoples is waiting for a news. I want you to find the problems here and correct them, or what you can do is to simply write for me the correct form of the sentence. You can directly write for me the correct form of the sentence. Look at the sentences, find the mistakes, correct them. Are waiting, very good. That's one mistake, Jalila. Yes, are waiting, not is waiting. Are waiting, very good. Very good, Jalila. The people are waiting. The people, not the peoples. We don't say the peoples because the people is already plural. It's the plural of a person, one person. Very good, Jalila. Perfect. That's it, Jalila. That's it. Jalila managed to find all of the problems here. So, problem number one, no people. So, the, I'm sorry, the people, that's one. All right. The people without an S, okay, are waiting. So that's mistake number two. It's are. And finally, the news. The news is plural. We never say a news, the news. If you want to say, by the way, this is very important. Maybe let me write them this way. Wait, give me 1 second just to adjust things. Okay, I prefer to type rather than write. So we said the people are waiting for the news because the news is plural. And if you want to use the singular of news, you need to say a piece of news. So singular of news is a piece of news. That's the singular. You can never say one news or a news. That's not correct. Okay, number two. That's number one. Let's go to number two. Number two, Maria hold her children. What do you guys think? No, no, you are correct, Jalila. You are correct. You are not just guessing. You are correct. Held. That's one correct answer. Very good. For number two, Maria hold her children. That one correct answer is held. Maria held. Or if we want to keep it in the present, if we want to keep it in the present, what can we say? Her children. Maria holds. That's it. I like that Shiraz gave me one option. Jalila gave me the other. Okay, so Maria or Maria holds her children. So we can either keep it in the present, but we need to add an S because in the present we say S with he, she, it. I play, you play, he plays, she plays, etc. I hold, you hold, Maria holds. Okay, or we can put it in the past. Number three, guys. Officers prepares for long hours. Officers prepares. I hope these sentences are clear for you guys. Because there is no way I don't have, I think, an option to zoom even more. Let me check. Okay, I think it's all right. I think this is better. Prepare. Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. So officers prepare. Yeah. Number four. Some believe the policies is fair. I think I made a mistake. Prepare. The officers prepare. What's the problem? Oh, just because there is a French dictionary. Number four says some believes the policies is fair. For a lot of you, I think this will be very easy. Believe and the policies are fair. Wonderful. Great. Some believe, yeah. These are words that people often confuse in the use. So some people or some believe, right? It's but if we say no one, we need to say believes. Okay, so no one, we are talking about each person. Okay, number five. Jack, a farmer owner, shake his hand in worry. Yeah, and we said the second mistake is are shakes. Jalila, wonderful, you got it correct. Shakes his hand. Or if we want to use it in the past, let me see if anyone will the second form or the second option that we have, because we have two options here. Exactly. All right. So Shiraz got it. It's either shakes or shook in the past. Okay, perfect. So let me go back to the presentation mode. And I want to ask you one last question. And this one you get to express yourself. What do you think about the new laws, the new immigration policies in the United States? Wait, I think I should write it fully because I know some of you were not here from the very beginning. The new about, let's say, about let's say Trump's immigration policies. Because I remember one of you policies. Come on, what am I saying? Uh, I remember some of you says they are not good or I don't agree with them from the very beginning, and I want to know why is that. I think it was. I think it was Tijen, if I'm not mistaken. What do you think about Trump's new immigration policies? No more immigrants, mass deportation, no more birthright citizenship. What do you think about that? What do you think? So, do you think they will benefit anyone? Do you think they will benefit no one? Okay, good. Jalila. Jalila. All right, wonderful. Jalila is still a very, very hardworking student. It's very sad. Families will be separated and people will lose what they have built over years. Yes, that's one side. Yes, absolutely. A lot of people, for people who sympathize with immigrants, they say this. They say, well, those if some of those immigrants, not all of them, of course, have been working in the United States for years. Maybe they are undocumented, but they have been working in the United States for years and they have helped build the United States. They have helped build the United States. And so deporting them right now will be very unfair to them. It's the question, what do you? Where's the pronounce, please? What do Okay, wonderful. I like the name. It's very, very, very long name. But thank you for the remark. I forgot. What do you think? Yes, because I changed the question and I forgot to write the full question. Thank you. So, what do you think? Share with me. So, what do you guys think about Trump's new immigration policies? Jalila, for example, Jalila says it's very sad because families will be separated. People will lose what they have built over years. And I totally agree with that to some extent. To my mind, it's not positive change for many people. Sure thing, yeah. A lot of people are gonna lose, and I sympathize with people who need to start from zero. Maybe they had a lot of hope. They said, finally I made it to the United States, I have a stable job right now, I'm away from my country where there is war or maybe where there is a lot of joblessness, and now they need to go back to their very sad, probably dark reality where they came from. And that's the sad part, I think, about this. Yeah. So Yeah, but of course there are people who are for this. There are a lot of people who say, hey, immigrants are taking our jobs. Some immigrant, not all of them, some very small portion make crimes because they are undocumented. Some people work in drugs, so you never know who you are bringing to the United States. So yeah, I think that's these are parts of the answer. One more minute, I think, for you guys to gather your opinions. No more opinions, I see in the chat. So I think with that, guys, I would love to thank you so much for today's live stream. Thank you so much for the engagement, and thank you so much for watching this live stream. As always, my name is Hamza. Don't forget to pay a visit to our website, wooenglish.com. You will find there some free ebooks that you can download and read on your free time on your own device. Thank you so much again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell for our next live stream on Friday. Take care.